So without further ado here, a special guest on Pure Hockey on Campus. He was an all-time great college player and a national champion with the Maine Black Bears in 1993. Boy, has it been that long? Well, we'll have to ask him if it feels like it's been that long. And he is back as a head coach and GM now in the USHL after serving time and having an opportunity to coach at the college level after his playing days ended. Jim Montgomery. Jim, welcome. Always a pleasure to have a chance to talk to you.
Hey, thanks. Thanks for having me, guys. And, yeah, it does feel like it was just yesterday, 1993, when we won, but my waistline and hairline would suggest otherwise.
Yeah, it's really, time flies when you're having fun, Jim, and you've been around hockey for the past 20 years as I have, so I guess we're lucky. We've been having a lot of fun. And what about the move for you? You're coming back, and you've been highly successful, an expansion team in name only, with the Dubuque club leading that Western Conference, which is very, very tightly contested.
Yeah, I mean, the USHL is a great league, and a lot of our games are played at the same level of intensity and pace as Division I hockey games, and I think that's why our league is the best breeding league for Division I hockey players and players who have real impact as freshmen.
And your perspective, a unique one, coming back to the USHL. Last 4 seasons on the coaching staff at RPI. I know when you visited Boston University, I saw you, and began your coaching career with Jeff Jackson. You worked most recently with Seth Appert, and also with Jeff Jackson, who's really an iconic coach. Almost spoiled that national championship party in 1993, by the way, Jeff Jackson. He was on the other bench. But you've had an opportunity to work with some great college coaches. And most importantly, I think, Jim, as an assistant coach, you've really been able to see up close and personal, be right on the front lines for the recruiting process. You can really give, I think, a unique perspective and be very informative to these guys in the USHL as to what that's all about, which is so prominent in their minds.
Well, yeah, I mean, we already have 12 players with Division I scholarships and commitments for next year, and this league is known for how many players it produces to go on to Division I level. But as a college coach, with those experience that I draw from working with great people like Seth Appert and Jeff Jackson, like you mentioned, it enabled me to be better prepared to be a head coach for the first time, and it also lets me enlighten our players as to what college coaches are looking for when they come recruiting. They're looking for difference makers. They're looking for players that play hard, that compete at both ends, and the players that can make plays.
You've got Vinny Sapineri returning to the USHL. He was in the college ranks at Boston University for a couple of seasons. He's been one of the top scorers in the league. So you get really a contrast. You've got a veteran guy who's actually had exposure to college hockey, and then you got a guy, John Gaudreau, who is one of the youngest players in the league, one of the more diminutive players in the league, and he's been a huge impact player this season. He's been a top 10 scorer.
Yeah, both have been big reasons for our success as a team. They're individuals that have a team-first attitude, and Vinny Sapineri has just been wonderful for us. He wears a letter for us. Every day he comes to practice, and he's prepared to work. And not only does he have great effort, but what's really impressive is how intelligent a player is, because he executes at such a high level that he's raised the level of our players in practice every day. And he's going to be a great player in college wherever he decides to go next year again, and help that program dramatically. I know John Gaudreau is just a dynamite hockey player, and when he gets to Hockey East, people are going to love watching him as a Northeastern Husky, because he will be one of the most exciting players to come into Hockey East in a long time, because he just does things that you don't see every day. I think when you watch him, you'll see a little bit of Pavel Datsyuk. He just has unbelievable hands.
Wow.
He does things with that puck that you just don't see every day. Every day in practice, he makes me giggle because he does something that I haven't seen before. And, he's just, with time, with more strength and a little more girth to his 140-pound body, he's going to be something that Hockey East fans should cherish for 4 years.
Well, that's high praise indeed, coming for you, saying things you haven't seen before, because you played with some kid named Korea when he was 18 years old.
Yeah. I can't say that he's going to be as dynamic and as productive as Paul Kariya because no one has since.
Right.
But
he set the bar pretty high.
Yeah, he actually reminds me more of Cal Ingraham because he has unbelievable hands, and he's extremely competitive, just like Cal. And he just continues to make plays. And just like Cal was underestimated his whole career, I know John Gaudreau is going to continue to make people understand that they should never underestimate him.
You also have a Latvian native, and that shows the diversity, the We Are the World of the USHL, who is committed to play at Vermont. I mean, there's a tremendous diversity in the league, as the prominent feeder system it is. I mean, you've got not only North American players, but there's been a number of Europeans over the years that have come to the USHL to take the route to American collegiate play.
Yeah, they have. I mean, our Latvian, Zemgus Girgensson, is just a dynamite player, and I fully expect him to be a top 5 NHL pick in the 2012 NHL draft because he just does everything at a high level, and he's extremely competitive. But this league has produced, Thomas Vanek and Andreas Nodal, that's with the Flyers, and they've continued. And hopefully our league does expand our import rules so that we can bring in more Europeans and more Canadians that want to flourish in college hockey. And since this is the best league that provides players to college hockey, I think that would be great for the league.
Well, and looking at your netminder, and obviously big factor, you look at a team in first place, look no further than the fact that you've got the guy with the top goals against and the top save percentage. His name is Matt Morris. He's 14-4-4, and wouldn't you know it, he's going to the College of Goaltenders, as I call it, after calling BU games for the last 26 years. There's just been an unbelievable run of netminders when you look back from the Sean Walsh era and now to the Tim Whitehead era of outstanding goaltenders. And it looks like Maine has another one with Matt Morris, who's just 17 in his first USHL season.
Yeah, Matt Morris is extremely competitive and confident young man, and then those are two attributes you love to have in your goaltender. He's done a phenomenal job this year in the USHL in his first campaign, and I know that when he gets to Maine and he gets to Orono in 2012, they're going to have a good goaltender. It's going to help them win a lot of hockey games.
Absolutely. Yeah, Coach, thanks so much for joining us here, and we want to wish Dubuque great deal of success here. You're heading into the stretch run of play in the USHL, and I suspect we'll be talking to you again probably over on This Week in the USHL as the season plays itself out here down the stretch and on to the playoffs. And I know that you've had a great deal of fun here just bringing hockey back to Dubuque. It looks like the community has really warmed up to the Dubuque squad once again. The Fighting Saints are part of the fabric of the community.
Well, it is. This is a great league, and like I said, gentlemen, thank you for having me. And I know it's going to be a great finish here to Hockey East and all league college hockey leagues, and I'm looking forward to another great tournament this year. Thanks very much, Jim Montgomery. Appreciate you coming on. Thank you. Jim Montgomery, the head coach and GM of the Dubuque Fighting Saints, our special USHL focus here, USHL segment here on Pure Hockey on Campus.